Hey everyone, welcome back to Gundam Breaker Build Guide. I'm Buster Green, your host with the most, as we go into the 3.0 update, which is all kinds of crazy. So once again, since the 3.0 update has dropped, my channel has been getting way more traffic lately, and it turns out a lot more people are playing this game suddenly out of nowhere. As a result, I'm considering doing some basics videos at some point, but I'm really busy this month, so I'm not sure if I'll actually get around to that. Anyway, in lieu of the fact that we do have a lot of noobs now, I'm going to make a small change to the channel this week. Going forward from now on, after last week with that ridiculous too many banners situation, I decided to start a simple rating system for the banners going ahead, also including which banner is probably the best one for the week. Now, to break it down, I'm going to start off with 5 stars. If a banner gets 5 stars, that's the best deal in the game. You just should not pass it up. After that, it's 4 stars. 4 stars is a better than average banner where you're very likely to get good shit for the money you pay. 3 stars after that is a completely average banner with no good merits. You're either going to win or lose, and it can't really be helped. After that is 2 stars, which is a below average banner where the odds are against you. And finally, 1 star, which is unfortunately a shit banner where you're going to get ripped off. You're going to blow hundreds of dollars for absolutely nothing because the game is being evil and malicious and trying to rob you blind. Now, I'm going to use the same color coding system that the game uses because that seems like the right thing to do and to make it clear to everyone, even though it's technically backwards from the American standard. Alright, so that being laid down, let's go over the polls for this week. Now, this week we only have 2 suits, thank God, and we have another Super Sokai event. But unfortunately, this is nothing like the last Super Sokai event. The last Super Sokai event had really good odds, and this one does not, so don't be fooled. Because the 2 suits this week are, let me just phrase this simply. They're good suits, but the odds on the banners are really bad. So to start off with, the best suit we have this week is the Gundam GN Ultron. It is one of the most hardcore build diver suits ever, with its custom quadruple tiger wolf arms, its sick green color schemes, and its vaguely Digimon atmosphere. On the other side of the aisle, we have the brand spanking new Blazing Gundam from Gundam Breaker Batlog, a mysterious variant of the God Gundam with tonfas and a shining kick attack. It feels like a pretty cool Gundam, but so far we don't know what the backstory is, so we're just kind of going to have to accept it blind. Now, unfortunately, as cool as both of these suits are, and as much as I love both of them, the GN has some of the worst drop rates I've ever seen in this game, getting a massive 1-star rating out of me, which sucks because that's a suit I actually want, and it's a suit everyone wants, especially with those crazy freaking arms. My friend in chat was like, hey, I want to get those cool Digimon arms. I'm going to make myself a Power Ranger Megazord. And I was like, yeah, man, do it. But then we did the drops, we got nothing. So even though this suit is my pick of the week, the drops on the banner are just so bad, and that really ruins it. Now, on the other hand is the Blazing Gundam. Now, this suit has a lot of merits, and the odds on this one are slightly better than the GN. So even though the GN is the better suit with the history behind it and the memories behind it, the Blazing gets a 2-star rating because it has more parts, making it more likely to drop from the banner. Lastly, there's the Double Sokai banner, where you can get either of them. Now, this one should be a no-brainer. The Double Sokai gets a 3-star because it has better average than either of the individual banners. So if you're only going to do one banner this week, Double Sokai. And that's it for the most part. But I'm also going to let you guys know that if you do 10 polls this week and you're not saving up for the Double Zeta or the Astray no-name pieces, you can get Ladyboy Laurarola, who is the best shooter pilot in the game stat-wise, and she's my personal best shooter, so I'm even thinking of pulling another one of her just so I can level up the one I already have. And that's where we're at with this. Now, moving on from the drops this week is the charity suit. The charity suit is the Gustav Karl, the Gundam Unicorn version. Now, somehow I got this backwards in my head, but this is a prototype Gustav Karl that had a cameo in Unicorn, and it has a super realistic navy dark color scheme. Now, meanwhile, by the time of Hathaway's Flash, it's been repainted into a poppy blue number. Now, as it turns out, in this game, the Gustav Karl fucking rules. It's one of the best charity suits we've seen in at least over a month, It's really tough, it's really strong, and to top it all off, I had one of the most successful extreme scenario runs ever with this thing, because as it turns out, it's a reasonably decent physical rapid shooter, and it doesn't need much powering up once you get to level 90. Lastly, after that is a brand new battle circuit, and this time around, I decided to just go full on out with all my most OP builds, see how fast I can run through this thing, and it still took me the usual amount of time, but I don't know, the battle circuit just still feels ruined to me, because the only cool build I put together was this random one right here with the G-Arcane. Otherwise, I was mostly rocking this like Helios-inspired build, and a couple of Unicorn Perfectibility builds. Finally, at the end of it, there's a new crew scenario mission. Everyone on my crew, we're going to get together tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and try to hit it up. I will keep you guys posted if there's any delays or problems on my end, but I think that's going to be it. Otherwise, a little bit past 6. All right, so that's build guide for the week. Thank you guys for participating once again. Cool suits this week, but terrible odds. But you got to get that Gustav Karl because that thing rules. It's one of the biggest mass-produced suits we're ever going to see in the game. And it's awesome. So yeah, Gustav Karl wins this week. All right, thank you guys. Later!